Hello everybody! I'm Hope and welcome back to Let's Play Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works! Previously, we learned all about Archer's true identity! If you don't know, and if you don't, I'm gonna assume everybody knows. If you don't want to get spoiled, then get the heck out or skip ahead. Archer is Shirou from the future! An alternate future where Archer fails to save Saber in his own version of the Fate route. Isn't that depressing? Woo! Really good stuff. You know, it's not sad at all. Archer's past, you know, fucking it's just, it's not dark. Anyway, the foreshadowing about Archer's been incredible. The stuff with the pendant really just kind of blew my mind. It was always there since the very beginning. I really love everyone's comments, all the hints. Also, I need to check apparently Saber's stats because they're apparently higher. Let's check. Oh, okay. Wow, that is OP, man. That is OP. It makes sense why Archer's stats are so just okay. So that does make sense, you know. Anyway, what else was I gonna say? One of you guys commented that people who watch the anime, for some reason, they hate Shirou when they find out who Archer is because they're angry that Shirou is the same person as this cool, edgy, snarky guy. It's like, no, he was Kiritsugu 2.0. Why is he Shirou? Fuck. That's one of my favorite comments from one of you. Someone else mentioned that I actually did guess that Archer was Shirou from the future, which is telling because I made a shitload of theories and I couldn't remember which ones I exactly made. So technically I got it right before. I just didn't bank on it completely. Everyone's excited for this next episode. A lot of people are saying it has the best scene in the route. So I mean, you know, that's pretty hype, you know. Also, one last thing. People have been asking, just in case, I feel like a lot of people will watch this episode, hopefully. I will be doing Hollow Ataraxia right after I finish Heaven's Feel. I'm going to assume that Heaven's Feel is going to emotionally drain me, so it'll probably be like a week or two after Heaven's Feel finishes, and then Hollow Ataraxia will start. And then Hollow Ataraxia will be uploaded conjointly with another Let's Play that'll rotate between days. For example, one day will be the Mystery Let's Play, next day Fate, Mystery, Fate, etc., etc. Also, if you'd like to leave your suggestions for games to play on the channel, please leave them down below so I can keep them in a handy-dandy list. Keep in mind that I'm willing to play most anything, but it really needs to be something that has a good story. Something that has, at least, if it's gameplay, there needs to be enough warrant for me to play it, if that makes sense. So, I don't think recommending a game like Call of Duty or like Borderlands 3 or something, that's not the kind of games I'll be playing for the channel, you know? But just leave some suggestions, like games I'd actually play. For example, would be like the Kingdom Hearts series. I've already experienced it, unfortunately, but if I hadn't, I would do that one, of course, but etc., etc. I'll leave you guys up to that. Let's go ahead and begin the day, because I've been just speaking for like 5 minutes straight. After image. There's so many interludes these past few days. Oh wow, my headphones are getting... I always forget how loud this game is in my headphones. I always have to turn them down. It is daybreak. The knight in red is leaning against a pillar and staring at his arm. This early in the episode and I already can't read. Putting strength into his fingers, he makes a fist. His body is only half responding. Even heroic spirits cannot maintain their existence in this world without their masters. He still exists because of the special class ability of Archer, but he's almost at his limits. His remaining strength is not even a tenth of his original powers. Oh, so this is how Shirou's gonna match him. Cool. His muscles are weak and his body will slowly disappear if he loses focus. But there's no problem. Even if he has less than a tenth of his original power, it is enough to kill Emiya Shirou. I mean, yeah, but my boy's gonna come along. Considering the difference in their abilities, this isn't even a handicap. Therefore, it will end once they fight. His one and only objective will be accomplished here. That's right. He has waited for this time. He has endured the endless repetition hoping for this chance. He has awaited a miracle that would not occur, a miracle with a probability close to 0. And his wish was granted. No, it is about to be granted. He does not care what awaits him afterwards. He will kill his own self with his own hands. The hopeless, futureless wish is what kept him going after he wore out. Man, that's rough. He's an existence that disappears after each summoning, and then time doesn't even exist out there, so it's like, how does that even work for him? His memory does not remain, no matter how many times he repeats the cycle. That is awful. So you're telling me every time he eventually remembers near the end, and he's like, oh, yay, good. It only stays in his body as knowledge. Heroic spirits recognize other heroic spirits because of these accumulated facts. It's just like a book. Every time a heroic spirit is summoned, the book with its story is sent to its home. The heroic spirit itself remains in the house, reading those books. The trouble is that the one at the house does not know when those books arrived. Past or future do not matter. All the books are already in his room. His only way of measuring them is to read the records of his cleaning that he will accomplish. It makes no difference if it's eternal or instantaneous. Eternity is instantaneous and an instant is eternal. Therefore, he does not know how rare this miracle is. He does not know if this is the first time or the 1,000th time since he obtained this hope. Damn, that is some... Fuck, that's like worse. Like, that's legitimately a worse purgatory. All he has is unordered knowledge. Past, present, and future are meaningless for heroic spirits. The knight in red suddenly gets up. Did his ears hear the sound of the intruder? Footsteps echo through the silent castle. You know, I really wasn't expecting Shinji to come along. I mean, is Gil just gonna let this happen? A voice echoes. The rude intruder is a boy called Mato Shinji. Mato Shinji walks forward with light steps. He's looking at Tosaka, who is tied up. The girl glares silently at the intruder. That must delight him. He licks his lips in satisfaction and walks to the girl. You scumbag. Stared down by the knight, Mato Shinji looks up in annoyance. Bruh. He smiles and turns back to the entrance. Well, now it's dangerous. There stands a man with golden hair, the 8th servant, Gyurugamish. He is literally a disaster. The golden servant looks at the knight with cool eyes, but within them, the red eyes only show the intent to brutally kill the enemy in front of him. Christ. The knight in red is still silent. It makes no difference even if Mato Shinji appears or if the strongest servant is ready to attack him. The knight calmly stares at the uninvited enemies. There is no way Archer would let this fly. Oh, also, I was told by my fate friend, who shall remain nameless, that the differentiation between Shirou and Archer, if you want to call them, like, if you don't want to call Archer Archer, just call him Emiya, and then just call Shirou Shirou. That absolutely does make sense, since, you know, that just isn't as confusing. Sometimes, I'll probably mostly refer to him as Archer, but sometimes I'll probably call him Emiya. Wow, never mind. Wow, the balls. Dude, the balls. The knight's eyes remain on the golden servant as he speaks. Were those words reason enough for this man to kill Archer? The golden servant identifies the knight in front of him as a target he must kill. Yeah, for some reason we don't know what Gil's gonna do with Shinji, but he's obviously gonna do something really messed up. Mato Shinji smiles and stares at the knight in red. It looks as if he is enjoying the fate of the one who is about to disappear. I mean, he does make some practical decisions for the most part, but he's still a piece of garbage. Wow. Stepping away from the knight, Mato Shinji claps his hands happily. Oh, God. Oh my God, Shinji. Disgusting. Dude, Archer's like, are you fucking serious? I love Archer's face there. He's like, dude, you fucking serious? He stares the knight into Sakura with snake-like eyes. His words are to test the loyalty of the knight. To that, the knight in red replies in an emotionless voice. So I just wanted to say, if it was heavily implied that Shinji forced himself upon Ryder, and if he's already talking about, you know, starts with an R, ends with a G. I don't want to say because YouTube might kill me. Rin, then does that mean that he could possibly be sexually abusing Sakura too? And if that's the case, then I actually want to physically jump into the Fate world and murder Shinji myself. Like, I want to chainsaw. Like, I want to become the new Cartel Chainsaw video with Shinji as the subject. Sneering laughter echoes in the dirty room. The knight exits as if he's not interested. Archer passes by Gilgamesh. Archer ignores his mocking gaze and walks into the hallway. At that instant... Oh. The King of Heroes says so as if despising him. Faker. Wow. That's... Man, Gil already figured that shit out? What a Chad. Gil, you're pretty cool, man. Piece of, like, work, but... It's daybreak. There's less conversation as we make our way through the forest, and the silence gets heavier. I, Emi Shirou, must fight that man when we get to the castle. There is no chance of victory, and a certain loss awaits. I know I'll just be killed once we start fighting. I'm not scared, but it's not because I'm prepared for it. If you talk about dying, that man is already dead. It is equivalent for Emi Shirou to be dead the moment I figured that out. That being the case, I have no reason to worry. Why is that? We go through the castle gate. Saber looks gloomy, maybe because she knows what kind of a fight awaits us. What's troubling her is him and me. No matter who gets killed and who survives, the one to be eliminated is the same. Her desire to stop this ridiculous fight is causing her pain. Her eyes stare at the sky sharply, and maybe she's angry at the meaningless battle. Here we are. Oh, this is the showdown of the century right here. In the ruins of, oh, what a battlefield. The hall is a ruin now. This place covered with the morning mist will become our place of death. Oh, you're approaching me? A cold voice echoes. The familiar voice comes from the second floor. The man is standing at the top of the stairs, which are lit by the morning sun. Oh, that's awesome! That is so badass. He's got the high ground, man. His red outfit is far away and his figure is hazy in the white glare. But I can see him. I can see my enemy in detail. That should be the same for the man with the hawk eyes. The servant with the role of archer given to him. He is an archer, but not an archer, and he's a contradictory existence that has many noble phantasms, yet carelessly destroys them. All his noble phantasms are duplications, and the fact that he's able to produce swords in infinite numbers is his noble phantasm. I was the only one who did not realize his true identity. Heroic spirits are summoned from every age. If nobody from the past corresponds to him, then the heroic spirit must be from the future. Yes. Yep. Oh man, sorry. It is impossible that two such pendants should exist. If Emiya Shirou held on to the pendant throughout his life, as he says then. Yeah, that's how he was summoned. It's like fate, you know? He's always gonna get summoned. Oh, crazy. Yes. Yep. Avalon, pendant. Oh, but she did, alright. What the hell is the connection between Ryder and Shinji then? If he's right, then there can only be one answer. If Tosaka did not have a catalyst connected to Archer, then... That is weirdly cool that's possible. The jewel is the only one of its kind. My life was saved, but I did not know who saved me, so I held on to the pendant which I thought belonged to my savior. That's the answer. If he has Tosaka's pendant, then there is only one person who he can be. Heroic Spirit Emiya. The future me. The heroic spirit before me is Emiya Shirou, who perfected his skills and made his ideal come true. Oh god, this is amazing. I have chills already. The knight in red. Archer looks down at me from the top of the stairs. There's no one around him. He is standing alone in this vast hall.
Archer.
Ooh, not something you want to be telling Shirou right now. Yeah, you won't, but if someone else does, I can't really help it. He just came out and said it. Wow. Wow. I get pissed off. How can he say such a thing so calmly? Hey, cool. Dude, me. You got the other boy who cares about Tosaka right here. It's your boy. Love it. Ah, cool. Love coup.
Lancer?
マスターからの命令だな。元から俺はあのお嬢ちゃんを死なせないために協力したわけだ。
Okay. Kirei has some plan for Rin apparently. That's different. Huh. I wonder why.
いや、これが思いのほか居心地よくてな。
Yeah, it's rare for me to like my job.
自分の仕事を気に入れるっていうのは俺にとっては珍しい。
With those words, Lancer ignores Archer and heads to the West Terrace.
ランサー、気にするな。これはあくまで俺の趣味だ。ま、今までいけすかねえ命令ばっかりだったからな。この命令は最後まで守り抜く。
遠坂を頼む。
He lightheartedly replies with a soda! No, that's not art. Gay Bollock! Soda! No? I can't do it. I really wish I could do a coup voice, man. That'd be so cool. I can only say gay Bulk in a similar inflection, but his voice is so impossible to replicate. It's such a cool voice. I don't know, something like that. Then Lancer stops and turns around as if he remembered something. Fair enough. I mean, Gil is there, so... Oh, Saber, no. Saber lowers her eyes painfully. You imagine how... Oh, now we know why Archer held back against Saber. Oh! Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Fucking Pog. That's unfortunate. Oh man. So yeah, I guess the reason why the Fate route is so the true ending of the Fate route is so important is because that's the timeline where Shirou doesn't become like Emiya, which is great. Aw, she has to be here for this. Fair enough. She stands next to me and replies, unlike a servant. Fair enough, yeah. Especially with her busted stats, these two could probably take Gil, honestly. Lancer leaves. He easily jumps up to the terrace and disappears into the passageway. Archer does not do anything. It's as if he's saying Tosaka is useless now. I step over the rubble and walk forward. I'm heading to the center of the room at the foot of the stairs. Forcing down her emotions, Saber stands still to watch over our battle. Damn. All according to Cake. I can hear Saber's hesitation. Saber takes a quick breath and replies to the man at the top of the stairs. Yeah, cause Saber could easily take Archer out right now. But she's this must be very painful for her to let happen, you know. I cannot wait to see how he surprises you. Ooh, trying to get an actual official answer. Wow, that's cool. That's a cool way to think about it. Or the only way to make sense of it, really. True, exactly. Yep.
その努力が叶った姿があなたのは
There's
ず
a
だ。
lot of factors of this, Saber. I'm sorry.
どうして？
She finishes in a broken voice. Why are you so different? Oh, he's coming down. Oh my god. Not responding, he starts down the stairs. He cannot answer that question. If he were able to, we would not be fighting here.
アーチャー、
Saber steps forward to confront
いい
Archer.
んだセイバー。いいから下がって
It's gonna begin. I stop her with my hand and keep her at the entrance.
ですが、シロ、
気持ちは嬉しいけど話しても無駄だ。あいつは初めから俺を殺すことだけが目的だった。
Interesting enough, I'm trying to figure out why... Oh, I think I figured it out! I've been questioning all along. Why did Archer save Shirou and Saber and Rin in the Fate route? Because Shirou was going to end up not becoming like him, because he would break the timeline where Saber isn't saved. Shirou would save Saber, so that's why he did it. He was gonna... I wonder what convinced him of that, though. That's the only question I really have, is what convinced him of that. But that makes sense now. Awesome. Saber bites her lips in frustration. So I wonder, you can really consider Saber to be the catalyst of everything, almost. Kind of insane if you think about it that way. Saber stares at me, then at Archer.
なぜなのです、アーチャー。私にはわからない。守護者とは死後、英霊となって人間を守るものと聞いた。その英霊がなぜ自分自身を殺そうなどと考えるのか。
I'm afraid Guardians have one of the worst existences possible. Only cleaning up a hellscape that's already forced many people to their own sorrowful deaths, and then execute the fact that betrayal is such a core part of Emiya, as he's summoned into every age, and even in his own end, being betrayed like that. It's very sad. Maybe something she said got through to him. He stops and looks down at Saber without emotion. He's like, that's a load of bullshit. Yeah, the cleaners. I really like this this image because you could see just a hint of sadness in his eyes. It's very subtle, but you can see it in there, and I like that. His voice sounds different. Hatred and scorn fill it now.
アーチャー、
A superhero. Someone who will not harm anyone. Someone who will not retreat no matter what disaster he may face. Someone who could save everyone. Someone that Emiya Shirou wanted to become. And that man became such a person.
アーチャー。
Not everybody.
自分にできる範囲で多くの理想を叶えてきたし、世界の危機とやらを救ったこともあったよ。英雄と遠い昔から憧れていた地位にさえついにはたどり着いたこともある。
英雄にたどり着いた。なら、シロは報われたのですね。
Unfortunately, becoming a guardian is not a reward.
少なくともここにいるあなたはエミやシロの理想を叶えられたのでしょう。ならあなたには悔いなどないはずだ。シロはちゃんとその理想を叶えたのだから。
There's no conviction in her voice. She already knows. She knows that she is only voicing her own wish.
理想を叶えたか。確かに俺は理想通りの正義の味方とやらになったさ。だがその果てに得たものは
Yeah, that's so sad.
殺して殺して殺し尽くした。己の理想を貫くために多くの人間を殺して、無関係な人間の命などどうでもよくなるくらい殺して、
Interesting.
殺した人間の数千倍の人々を救ったよ。
Saber stares at Archer speechless. She looks like someone who saw her own mirror image. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. One of you guys left a comment about just how, like, Shirou and Saber are practically soulmates, with them being, like, just about the same person, just complete mirrors of each other, in that certain way, and having Emiya personify that still is really, really cool, just on a grander scale because of this experience, which is really freaking cool. Yeah, that's dope. I like it.
そんなことを何度繰り返したかわからないんだ。俺は求められれば何度でも戦ったし、争いがあるとすれば死をとして戦った。
Jesus。
だって仕方がないだろう。何を救おうと救われない人間というものが出てきてしまう。
Yep. So is the world.
終わらせようと新しい戦いは。
Because conflict is human nature.
そんなものがある限り、正義の味方っていうのは。
So, your existence is eternal hell. Awesome. Lovely. Thanks, universe. Who did he direct that to? The knight slowly descends the stairs and recounts his past.
だから殺したよ。一人を救うために、何十という人間の願いを踏みにじってきた。踏みにじった相手を救うために。より多くの人間をないがしろにした。何十という人間の救いを殺して、目に見えるものだけの救いを生かして、より多くの願いを殺してきた。
We finally get the flip of this argument of saving people. Sometimes saving people requires sacrifices, and you end up destroying those wishes, those lives, to save other people. So it's like, did you really save people? You've taken away just as much as you've saved, right?
今度こそ終わりだと。今度こそ誰も悲しまないだろうと。つまらない意地を張り続けた。だが終わることなどなかった。生きている限り、争いはどこに行っても目についた。キリがなかった。何も争いのない世界なんてものを夢見ていたわけじゃない。ただ俺はせめて自分が知り得る限りの世界。
Just like Shirou. I mean, they are the same person, you know? Ooh, that hit him. That is definitely my own wish, right?
一人を救えばそこから視野は広がってしまうんだ。一人の次は10人、10人の次は100人、100人の次は、
right.
さて何人だったか。そこでようやく悟ったよ。
それはなぜ？
Trying to think of a word. Come on, Hope, you can think of a word. I feel like understanding that there are fallacies within his own belief there is really coming to... I feel like Shirou's always known about this, but he could never convince himself about it until Emiya had experienced all of these things to where he did believe that it was just a convenient fantasy.
分かりきったことを聞くな、セイバー。君ならば何度も経験したことだろう。すべての人間を救うことはできない。国を救うためにほんの少しの人間を見殺しにする。
Oh yeah, exactly.
なんていうのは
It's his war. Sacrifice a lot of your own people to save the country. The quiet voice is rendered powerless to object. The words of the Red Knight are Saber's darkness as well.
そう。席は限られている。幸福という意思。
Wow.
常に全体の数より少なめでしか用意されない。
Oh, dude, that's deep. That is so profusely deep and beautiful. That's hauntingly beautiful. There are always fewer seats called happiness than there are people to fill them. Jesus. Yeah.
結局誰かが犠牲になる。それを被害を最小限に抑えるために、いずれこぼれる人間を速やかに1秒でも早くこの手で切り落とした。それが英雄と、その男が理想と信じる正義の味方の取るべき行動だ。
The wish for nobody to become sad, the desire to save as many people as possible. When the two coexist and contradict each other, there's only one solution. The only people a superhero can save are the people he sides with. Exactly. If one is to lose everything by trying to save everything, it is correct to sacrifice one to save more. We're going back to the ye old trolley problem.
多くの人間を救うというのが正義の味方だろ。だから殺した。誰も死なさないようにと願ったまま、大勢のために一人には死んでもらった。誰も悲しまないようにと口にして、その陰で何人かの人間には絶望を抱かせる。
The worst part is Kiritsugu died believing that Shirou could truly become a hero, but not follow the path that Kiritsugu did. Only there are many timelines where Shirou becomes this version of Emiya that ends up falling prey to the exact same awful reality that Kiritsugu was faced with when it came to saving people. And that's just the unfortunate sadness of it. The cycle, like, as much as Archer talks about a cycle, it's like it really is just a cycle for these idyllic people who want to save people.
そのうちそれにも慣れてきてね。理想を守るために理想に反し続けた。自分が助けようとした人間しか救わず、敵対した者は速やかに皆殺しにした。
And that's when it became a little bit twisted.
かつての理想を守り続けた。それがこの俺。英雄エミヤの正体だ。そら、そんな男は今のうちに死んだ方が世のためと思わないか？
Jesus. The problem with that is that he hasn't become you yet, but it's very probable he will become you, you know? That's right. The only ones a superhero can save are people he sides with. But who was it that defied those words?
それは嘘です。たとえそうなったとしても、あなたならばその誰かを自分にして理想を追い続けたのではないですか?
The knight stops for a second. A frown crosses his face.
あなたは理想に反したのではない。守ったはずの理想に裏切られ、
I mean, that's true.
道を見失っただけでは
How
ない
is
の
he
です
gonna
か?
counter this?
そうでなければ、こんな自分を殺すことで罪を償おうなどとは思わない。
His ironic smile disappears after coldly staring at Saber. He starts laughing like a madman, as if it's the funniest thing he's heard. Funniest shit I've ever heard. Emiya turned himself into a pickle. Funniest shit he's ever seen. Oh, that's not why he's doing this. Yeah. That part, yeah. Ooh, sin being a meaningless concept. Interesting. Knight calmly goes mad. He spoke in a small voice, but his laughter echoes throughout the hall. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Look at that. That's just beautiful, you know?
争いの張本人だと押し付けられて
That's just fucked up, dude. So fucking dark.
それ俺に罪があるというのなら
Interesting. His own crucifixion, you mean? Metaphorical.
嘘だアーチャー。あなたの最後は。
まあそうだがそんなことはどうでもよかった。初めから干渉してほしかったわけじゃない。英雄などともてはやされる気もなかった。俺はただ誰もが幸福だという結果だけが欲しかっただけだがそれが叶えられたことはない。生前もその死後。
He has stopped laughing. There's only hatred in his voice now.
守護者とは霊長の存命のみを優先する無色の力だ。力は高きところにありて人の世が滅亡する可能性が生じれば世に下る。それがただの奴隷であることは知っていた。死後己が存在を守護者に預けた者は輪廻の枠から外れ無と同意になるのだと。それでも誰かを救えるのならそれでいい。かつてのエミやシロはその誓いを守れなら守護者となって人間の滅亡とやらを食い。
Right.
実際は違う。守護者は人など救わない。守護者がすることはただの掃除だ。すでに起きてしまったこと。
It's not what he wanted at all.
人間の業を
It's like a fucking genie.
無にするだけの存在だ。それは人を救うのではなく、世界に害を与えるであろう人々を
Ooh, yeah.
区別なくなくすだけ。
Fair point.
絶望に嘆く人々を救うのではなく、絶望と無関係にせよバカげな
Wow.
話だ。
Wow.
それが今までの俺と何が違う。
There's no difference. There was just more despair. He relied on a greater power since his powers alone were not enough. But it ended up being the same. He thought the power could make his wish come true, but it only made him do the same things on a greater scale.
アーチャー。
Uh-huh.
ずっとそんなことを。
That is just ridiculously depressing. Like, Jesus.
それも慣れたよ。人間は繰り返す。どんな時代でも強者が弱者を奪い尽くすのだ。そしてそれが最も効率のいい繁栄だと思い知らされた。ああ、何度も見てきた。意味のない殺戮も意味のない平等も俺自身が拒んでも見せられた。守護者となった俺にはもはや自分の意志などない。
God.
ただ人間の意志によって呼び出され
I'm practically
人間が作ってしまった
speechless.
罪の後始末をさせられ
That
る
is
だ
just-
けだからな。
Gosh. This is where he ended up, a being that repairs the damage caused by human desire. Guardians do not save people, rather they eliminate those who cannot be saved as if they never existed. Over and over. For many times he saw people nearly destroy themselves through their own actions, and he burned them down like trash each time. Save as many people as possible. The man became a hero with that one wish, but in the end he could not make it come true even once. Yeah, it's not depressing any. Oh man, this is so depressing. Just realizing how much pain and suffering Emiya's been
俺
through.
が望んだものはそんなことではなかった。俺はそんなもののために守護者になどなったのではない。
That voice acting, oh, it's so good. His anger is probably directed at himself. Oh yeah. What is standing there is a worn-out corpse. The hero Emiya is doomed to always see the ugliness of those he wanted to save. He grew to hate them in the end. He grew to hate humans for repeating conflicts. He grew to hate himself for thinking that humans are sacred. Ooh, that last line though.
俺は人間の後始末など真っ平だ。
Yeah.
守護者となった以上、この輪から抜け出す術はない。
Is there any way we can sever him from this cycle?
そう。ただ一つの例外を除いて。
Killing yourself. Could it be possible, though, for Shirou to, because of Shirou being able to meet his future self in this route, could it be possible for him to change his ideal and way that he goes about his idealism in a way that allows him to not become like Emiya. In that sense, could that free Emiya from the cycle? Murderous intent flares in his cold eyes. He isn't looking at Saber. There is only one objective for Archer: to kill his own self. But even if he dies, the real body of Emiya, who is in the place outside of the cycle and not bound by time, will not disappear. There's no elimination for Guardians. Okay. Yeah, never mind. That sucks. They are nothing to start with. It is meaningless to kill something that is not part of the real world. But there's one way for him to disappear. If someone who is to become a hero is killed before... Oh, yeah, never mind. Yeah, there you go. Okay, fair enough. Therefore...
Shirou, ここで殺すというのですか? 他でもない。
そうだ。その機会だけを待ち続けた。果てしなくゼロに
And it finally happened.
だが、それにかけた。そう思わなければ自身を許容できなかった。
Wow.
ただその時だけを希望にして、俺は守護者などというものを続けてきた。
それは無駄です、アーチャー。あなたはすでに守護者として存在しているのでしょう。ならもう遅い。
Oh.
今になって英雄となる前に白を消滅させたところで、あなた自身は消えはしない。
そうかもしれん。だが、可能性のない話ではある。
It's the only thing he can try, really.
過去の改ざんだけでは通じないだろうが、それが自身の手によるものなの。
Yeah, the paradox will be even more ridiculous. We're combining all the paradoxes. Grandfather, bootstrap, because of the pendant. Interesting.
歪みが大きければ、あるいはここでエミヤという英雄は消滅する。
Create such like a... That's interesting.
それにな、セイバー。俺はこの時だけを待って守護者を続けてきたのだ。
Emiya's like, I just want to die. Please.
これはただの八つ当たりだ。くだらぬ理想の。
Wow, calling yourself a clown.
エミヤシロという小僧へのな。
And the knight in red comes down to the hall. Only Archer and I stand in the hall filled with rubble. There's nothing separating us. The reason is simple. He wants to kill me and I just want to beat him up because I don't like him. I walk to the center of the hall. I won't be able to back out once I take a few more steps. But before that... He has many regrets, but how's he going to respond to this? There's one thing I have to ask him. Yep, of course. He's like, I'm just gonna be honest, brutally honest. He spits those words out, and that dispels my last doubts. Really? You don't regret? Dude, I feel like Urobuchi just took pieces of Shirou's character and was like, I'm just gonna make a Skandar. But except for his Skandar was kind of hypocritical because he did technically regret it, but whatever. Wow, that's... What a conviction. What a conviction. That's how I've been living up to now. I've always believed that I am right. As he says, I'm sure it's full of false courage and distortion. I've lost more than I've gained, but that's all the more reason why. I cannot withdraw for the sake of the things I've lost. I walk forward. Torres? Oh. My circuit has already started sketching the blueprint in my mind. Yes, that's... Yep, I get it. What a battle between that. Oh, this is amazing, man. I love this so much.
その前にここで俺に
No.
殺されるということか。
I take a step towards my enemy. We're close enough to strike at each other. We don't have any weapons. We confront each other empty-handed. Emiya Shirou is not a swordsman. We are beings that create swords. Then...
分かっているようだな。俺と戦うということは、
Yeah,
競い
projection.
合うということだと。
The master versus the complete amateur. An archer's only at 1/10 of his strength. The twin swords appear in his hands. That night, the simple twin swords I admired in the Ryuta temple. Rare swords that are legendary, craftsmen made at the price of his wife.
トレース
Wait. Oh, I need to look up the original lore of that then, of Bakuya and Kansho. That's sad. I activate the completed blueprint and reproduce the twin swords using my image. What a bad job. The twin swords I once thought were perfect are too unprecise compared to his. An inferior illusion will become a delusion, probably. My swords will shatter and disappear when they crash against his, especially with how Rin described that. When it came to projection, I take another step. Crunch. The rubble crunches under my foot. That serves as a signal. Let's begin. Probably not. Here we go, everybody. Emiya versus Shirou. Next time. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that to you. The opposing swords sweep through the air. They are drawn together like magnets and clash into each other. Interlude, I swear to God. You motherfucker. Anyway, I'm gonna assume that it added Emiya to the, There we go. We got it. This is Emiya Shirou, who became a hero through a miracle. A blacksmith hero who can use a reality marble without penalty to forge numerous weapons. Other details are unknown. That's all of his skills. We still don't know all the information about his noble phantasm. Just fair. Really, we just need to learn Ryder's identity, which is awesome. Okay. How are my relationship points doing? I think that's enough, hopefully. The search ends rather quickly. Lancer is thought to be specialized in battle, but he's actually skilled in magic. Gaybolg is not only the only thing he obtained in the Country of Shadows. Yeah, couldn't he be summoned as a caster, technically? He's the hero who obtained all 18 of the Runes of Origin, but since he prefers to battle using his lance, the magic rarely gets used, and now is one of the rare times. The thing that flies above the floor suddenly drops. The Berkana rune finishes its search and turns back into a stone. Oh no, nobody to worry about. An unfamiliar boy stands up in confusion. Lancer realizes that he knows the voice and recalls who he is. He stops halfway. He sees Tosaka Rin behind the boy. She's tied to a chair. That's fine. That's to be expected since she's captured. But there's a bit more to the girl. First of all, the chair's on the ground. She's tied to the chair, so Tosaka Rin is also on the ground. Her long black hair is covered in sand and something red can be seen on her mouth. She must have cut her lip. There's also a slight bruise by her mouth. Scum. What the Satisfaction, man. The light black back fist blows the boy to the wall. Oh, cool. We love you. That's amazing. Didn't kill the boy since it was unconscious, but it would not have been unconscious if Tosaka Rin looked paler and her clothes were more disordered. He would have consciously tried to blow the boy's head off if that were the case. Actually, Lancer does not care how a captive is treated, but he will not tolerate having his spoils snatched by someone else. Spoils for him are enemies he has to kill and women he favors. I love Ku, dude. Ku, man.
ランサー
Tosaka Rin groans, still tied up to the chair. She must have been unconscious as her voice is not too much different from when she wakes up.
いや朝だぜ
Lazy
起きろ
bones.
くだら
Lazy bones. Lancer gives an out-of-place greeting and walks to Tosaka Rin.
なんでここアインツベルンの城よ。
承知している。ああいいから動くな。今その手枷を切ってやる。その後は好きにしろ。広間に行ってバカどもの喧嘩を止めるなり。
The red lance appears.
それは助かるけど。ランサー
Gilgamesh. Lancer turns around at Rin's warning. Oh god. The one appearing there is unexpected even for him. The corner of the room. The one walking past Mato Shinji is... What?!
協力しろとは言ったが、深入りしろとは言わなかったぞ。
Kotomine Kire has arrived. Oh man. It's been so long since we've seen him. Because Lancer's gotten so involved, are you gonna take care of Lancer yourself? Kotomine Kire, the one who assumed to have been killed by Castor. Ren lets out a surprised voice. Lancer glares suspiciously at the priest.
いつから終始買いしやがったんだお前。俺のマスターは表には出てこないのが心情だったんじゃなかった。
変えるような終始などない。そういうお前こそ命令違反だぞ、ランサー。アーチャーの始末を命じたはずだが。
Oh, that was one of his orders. Wow.
あれは放っといても自滅する。その前にやり残した仕事を片付けに来たんだが、お前がここにいるということは、そこのガキはお前の差し金か？
人聞きが悪いな。彼とは協力関係。聖杯を手に入れるため、共に認め合った仲だが。
The priest says so without looking at the boy moaning in the rubble.
そう。あんたがそう簡単にくたばるわけないと思ったけど、しぶとく生きてるばかりか。悪趣味ここに極まるっていうか、人畜無害な神事を懐柔してどうしようっていうのよ。
なるほど。あれを人畜無害と取るか。この状況においてもお前は遠坂凛らしい。もう少し出来の悪い弟子ならば惜しむことも。
Wow. The priest laughs. He looks and sounds as though he's giving a benediction to the dying. A chill runs up the girl's spine. At that moment, she realizes her fate. With a saintly smile, the priest gazes upon the sacrifice who had been his pupil for the past 10 years. You scum. Still, it's good to see Kirei. How can you not enjoy it? Seems that way. It does seem that way. Lancer glares at his master while standing in front of the girl.
彼女はここまで育てた大切な駒だ。10年にわたり欺き続けたのだから、そう簡単にリタイアされてはつまらん。
I really want him to tell her about the Azoth dagger and what he did to her dad.
お前に彼女の警護を任せたのだ。わずか2日ばかり。
Oh, you're so kind. Such a nice, like, godfather. So kind. Ku's like, I've had enough of this shit. The priest walks past Lancer and looks down at the girl on the ground. The girl glares at her former instructor.
SS 神父。あんたならやりかねないと思ったけど、本当にマスターだったなんてね。監督役のくせにゲームに参加するなんて、反則もいいところじゃない。
その割には落ち着いているな、リン。やはり気づいてはいたのか。
Oh, yeah, she knew the whole time.
当然でしょ。自分のサーバントを見せなかったのもあんたを疑ってたからだもの。けどね、まさか初めっから騙されてるとは思わなかったわ。
初めから。
Interesting. So you believed him at the beginning? Then the priest frowns as if the words are unexpected.
何よ。文句あるっていうの？キレ。
いや、初めからというが、それはどのあたりを指しているのかと思ってな。
The priest grins. He looks down at the girl with utmost pleasure.
キレ、あんた。
それは今回の聖杯戦争が始まってからか。それとも、お前が言う初め。
Oh, we're going to this. Awesome. We're finally getting the answers. Brilliant. With that, the girl understands everything. Her face turns pale, and she looks at the man she studied under for 10 years in disbelief. There we go. Confirmed. And I used that dagger I gave you. A grinding sound. The girl hangs her head and grits her teeth. I mean, Kira needs to go to super hell. Do not blame Ren's outburst here at all. The girl keeps on cursing him. He's like, oh, he loves this. Of course the priest does not care about such things. But the boy is overawed by her change. Mato Shinji never thought Tosaka Rin would show this much emotion. Excuse me? Are you gonna implant Ilya's heart into her or some shit? Mato Shinji does not understand what the priest is saying. The only ones who understand are the priest and the sacrifice, Tosaka Rin. Cause then all that'll be left is Lancer, and it should be enough at that point. Yeah. The priest walks away from the girl with those words. The only one in front of Tosaka Rin is Lancer. Yeah, Lancer... The unfortunate thing is, Lancer could kill him so easily, but the 3 command spells he has... Wow. Shinji's like, oh! Shinji's like, bruh! This isn't what I wanted. Only Mato Shinji reacts to those words. Tosaka Rin glares at the priest, but bites her lip without speaking. The priest's smile already told her that she was going to be killed here. She understands that she will not be saved and that she won't be heard even if she begs for her life. That's why she doesn't complain. That is the only way she can resist, and that is her will of opposition. She won't give up until the very last second. Help might arrive even at this moment, and she might be the only one that survives out of this room miraculously crumbles. She won't give up, but she also understands it's impossible. That's why she has no fear, except for one thing. She imagines that boy's expression when he finds her dead after coming to Oh. She doesn't want him to cry. It angers her that she's the cause of his tears, and she doesn't know how she can apologize to him. No, she can't apologize if she dies, but she still doesn't want him to cry. Oh, that's so sad. So she decides to apologize ahead of time. It does no good, but it calms her down. The priest shows no mercy to that. Yeah, exactly. Lancer replies while looking at the priest as if he is an enemy. Oh, wow, Kirai's pissed. We rarely get to see that. The priest narrows his eyes. The master and the slave. The air inside the room freezes as they stare at each other. Yeah. But why do you have to have Ku do it, though? He raises his left arm. The priest activates the command spell on his arm. Hello, train. Just gonna wait till that passes. How's everyone doing? This episode's been kind of insane so far. We've barely seen the fight between Archer and Shirou. But this has been interesting. This interlude's actually been really good. I've loved it. It's very tense. I don't know how Rin's gonna get out of this. Obviously, Lancer's gonna die somehow. But I think he's gonna pull an epic gamer move, hopefully. I do think that Gilgamesh is going to be the final boss. So like Shirou v Gilgamesh will probably be the finale. That seems pretty thematic, actually. Alright. What?! Oh, come on. Both Lancers? Both Lancers. Really? Really? I'm just pissed. Fuck you, Kirei. You son of a bitch. Wow. Lancers can't catch a break, can they? Damn it. I'm sorry, Ku. I'm so sorry. He vomits up blood, but that is nothing compared to the blood spilling from his chest. In his last moments, could he finish him off? His voice is a whisper now. The spearman, Lancer's chest and heart are pierced. No, he's not even, like, he doesn't even, he has, like, what, a second or two left before dying? Lancer's chest pierced his heart and... Oh no, I can't imagine what this looks like animated. The man in blue armor falls to the floor. Oh, he's dead. Okay, well, never mind. I guess we're boned. I guess, I don't know how everyone's gonna... Shinji? Can Shinji get Kirei? I mean, that would be an interesting twist. Redness permeates the floor. There's no sign of him getting back up. The spearman in blue has been defeated by his own lance at the command of his own master. Damn it! Why does Ku, the ultimate homie, have to be taken out like this? Oh... The priest moves. He walks over to the girl and crouches down her heart. He stoops so that he can easily pull out Sakuren's heart. The priest gives the boy a wordless glance. Macho Shinji protests, his teeth chattering at the sight of Lancer's corpse. Yeah, I would not oppose this guy. He's too scary. But he stops. The boy slowly retreats, unable to take the priest's stare. The priest looks from the boy back to the girl. His words are simple. Sakuren answers in her normal manner. That's Kirei's like, that's her character. He shows no hesitation. The priest grabs the girl's breast right on top of her heart. Bro. Alright, dude. I mean, I get that it's there, but okay. A way to a woman's heart is through her chest. Aha, aha, aha. Funny joke. That's unsettling to think about. The girl closes her eyes at the sensation. Okay. Please tell me, like, Shinji just, like, Thanos Kotomine? I mean, there's no way Rin can... This is UBW. They haven't had their, like, romance, final romance. It's okay, pierce. The heart is pierced and blood gushes out. Okay. 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 Even after being abandoned, the room is still used as a disposal for corpses. Come on, show us who it is. It's not gonna be Rin. It's gotta be someone else. Gotta be someone else. Gotta be someone else. Take it out. Gonna be no, the one to gasp is Tosaka Ren. Yeah. Come on. Blood drips onto the floor. The dripping sound is made by something above her. What happened? Church on the hill? From the chest of the priest. Yes! Who's looking down at the girl? Oh, Pog! Who did it? Blood pours down from his mouth. The wound on his chest is fatal. The weapon protruding from his back is the cursed lance! Ku, you... Ku! Epic gamer move! Dude, Ku gets play of the game. But, oh, man. The priest shows no emotion. With his lips covered in blood, he turns to Lancer. Oh, Lancer, you giga Chad. Yep. This is why we stand Ku. Anyone can tell that the ironic voice is bluffing. Lancer has no vitality. He has no heart, and his body's about to disappear. Yeah, but that's the Lancer way. Come on. The demonic lance is pulled out. The priest, having nothing to show for his departure, falls and dies. Pog. No matter how great his mastery of magic or how powerful his divine protection, he is still a mere human. There's no way for him to be alive after being stabbed in his heart by the demonic lance. Oh, he figured this from the beginning? Fair enough. I mean, he's smart. He's not an idiot. The knight leans against the wall and tries to hold up his disappearing body. Aw, man, I'm gonna miss you, Ku. On to Heaven's Field, where you're probably gonna die as well, because this game doesn't like Ku, nor does this series enjoy Lancers, really. But it's only temporary. Lancer will disappear once he falls to the ground. He lost his heart and his master. He is still able to maintain his body because of his dirty survival tricks. The girl who was staring at the dead priest is brought back to reality by the laughing voice. Mato Shinji kicks the priest's corpse. Wow. The dead man does not move. That must have pleased him as the boy kicks the priest's head with all his might. A heavy smacking sound echoes in the room. The sensation and the sound excite Mato Shinji more than he expected. He laughs. The boy, whose sanity is almost gone, walks toward Tosaka Ren with staggering steps. You scum. He literally goes on all fours and on top of Tosaka Ren like a lizard. Okay. Yay! Yay! Fucking... Oh my god, this is sick. This is sick. Spit in his face, Ren. Then, even while she's tied up and being licked on her cheek by... Oh, that's disgusting. Tosaka Ren speaks up. Oh yeah, obviously. Yeah, Gil, no way. Dumbass. Absolute dumbass. Oh, I don't know. Mato Shinji runs his fingers along the girl's body at that instant. Oh, Ku, yeah, Ku's still alive, man. Mato Shinji is punched away once again. Giga Chad. I love Ku so much. He's flung to the wall. Exactly. Ku's like, the only one I can even imagine doing it is Shirou. Lancer glares at the boy and walks lazily to the girl. Of course he is. Screw you, Shinji. The spearman stops. He now turns to Mato Shinji.
おとなしく寝ていれば苦しまずに死ねたってのにな。さっきといい今度といい。お前楽には殺さないからな。ほら出番だぜギルガメッシュ。こいつかっこつけて死にたいんだ
I'm waiting for Gil to pull out a gambit right here. He raises his voice. Mato Shinji's servant, the one who can kill any heroic spirit, is summoned by his master, and...
おいなんだ聞こえないのか。
What is Gil doing? His voice sheepishly echoes through the room. The golden servant does not appear. The spearman covered in blood takes another step towards the annoying boy. Pog. The lance is thrust. The quick thrust pierces Mato Shinji through his right shoulder. Oh, it's not a full kill. Damn it. Wow, really good scream there. His scream tears through the room. Lancer pulls out the lance with an almost bored expression and points it at Mato Shinji's temple. 1,000 Shinjis? Retreating to the wall and shivering, Mato Shinji runs away. Aww. Yep, that was his last bit of energy. He probably wanted to use it to talk to Tosaka. Letting out a big sigh, he walks over to the girl. The lance cuts away the girl's bonds like paper. She thanks him as soon as he's freed. Unmindful of the dirt that covers her, she bows to Lancer. Dude, I feel like Lancer's really just risen through the ranks for me as a character. Like, Lancer is an S tier for me. I love Ku. What a great character. At that instant, he falls. Aww. Goodbye, Ku. She tries to catch him, but he does not make it. Lancer, who is leaning against the wall, crumples onto the ground. His legs won't move. Lancer's limbs are already dead. The fact that he still got up, killed his master, and freed her is unbelievable. Gushing blood stains his blue armor red. There's nothing you can do, Rin. I'm sorry. Rin runs to the bloody spearman, but Lancer stops her by raising his hand. Exactly. Right, right. God. His casual talk is like always. The blue spearman does not change his tone, even on the verge of his death. The girl stands there speechless. Looking up at her, Lancer sighs as if the weight is lifted off his shoulders. Oh.
私のはつまんないっていうより扱いづらいだけだったかな。
違いない。お前のような女が相棒だったら。
Yeah, yeah. If you look into Ku's lore, that's very true.
昔からいい女とは縁がなくてな。まったく。
I feel like Rin is exactly Ku's caliber of a woman. Like, he laughs in self-derision. Then... Oh, Ku is the biggest bro in the whole game. Like, I love you, Issei, but your rank has been stolen. Ku has become the king of the bros. Oh god, this is giving me some feels. The spearman in blue urges the girl. Lancer is holding the Anzus rune. The rune containing his remaining magical energy will burn this room to ashes. Understanding his determination, the girl turns her back to Lancer. Wow, what a death. That's gonna make him happy. It's gonna make it also all worth it. She runs to the entrance hall. This is Lancer the— oh my god, I love you, Lancer. I love Lancer so much. He sounds happy. Goodbye, Ku. The room erupts in flames. The blaze burns Lancer's body and his master's corpse, without leaving a trace. The red lance and the blue armor disappear in the flames like empty illusions. Sayonara.